But who better than me?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Base Talks. As always, please like and subscribe. Share with a friend, a colleague, a relative, an associate, an enemy, any and all in between. It's appreciated. Now, I've got a chance to speak with a man like Too Slick, Chris KONGO. This is I think it's the second or the third time I managed to sort of speak with Chris, and he wasn't even sort of scheduled to do media. I think he just kind of got asked to do some media by Joe at Box. He said, yeah, sure, I'm down, you know, when they get my face out there, etc, etc. I think we had a nice chat. It's been a while since we actually able to sort of just link up and talk a bit of boxing, see what he's feeling about the current situation, his situation. So please have a watch and let me know what you guys think at the end. This is Base the Kid, the hardcore casual. Delighted to once again be joined by Chris Too Slick KONGO. Chris, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
You know what? I'm here. God is good. I've got wealth. I've got life and all that good stuff. Listen, quick question before I even sort of get into everything. In terms of 2024, would you say that this has arguably been like your most important year in boxing thus far? If not, why?
Yes, it has, because I came off a loss to 2023. I had 13 months out and I needed to prove myself. And I knew that was my last chance to really prove myself. And if I couldn't beat my man, I promise you, I would have left it, I would have hung up the gloves. Because there's no point. What's the point? The sport is too hard. Yeah, so I had to persevere through, and I did. I kept training from when I took the loss to all the way to Marku. I kept training. I didn't have nothing. I was just working. And then now, look at me, I'm on top of the world, so we're good.
I mean, yeah, look, from Florian Marku, a victory that not a lot of people were picking you for. I can happily say I was one of the ones that did predict you was going to win that. But you go from that to being a part of a Riyadh season event. Obviously, maybe not the main card, but you was a part of the event itself. Small steps. Like, how did that feel in the moment?
I mean, that felt great because as well, as a fighter, you have to stay ready. You know, you stay ready when the opportunity comes. You answer the phone and you go for it. So we had a week's notice for that fight. We had 2 days notice for the opponent, and we got in there and got the victory. So that's the main thing.
In a situation like that, how, I guess, prepared mentally do you always have to be in terms of like just boxing as a whole to be able to say, you know what, I'll take a fight on a week's notice, I'll take an opponent on 2 days notice, and I'll still get in there and get busy? Like, how do you process that?
I mean, for me, I had to process it in a way where, how am I looking in the gym? I had to speak to my coach, how's that looking? I had to know the feeling within myself, how I felt sparring. So I made sure I felt good when I was sparring. And in my gym, you only spar the top fighters. I was sparring Luke McCormack, Pat McCormack, a few other guys as well. So I was staying ticking over. I was busy, you know, and I was getting busy in the gym. So why not take the fight last minute? It's an opportunity, and obviously you get paid at the end of it. So can't complain.
I can imagine even a last minute opportunity on a Riyadh season card maybe slaps a little different than the usual last minute paydays you might get. Something like that. So in terms of, you know, they normally don't do a lot of stuff outside of, you know, the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But would you now, having had a taste of sort of the event and how things are, like, would you be now willing to say, okay, no, whatever I've got to do to showcase myself on those stages and those platforms as well, I'm prepared to do? Like, would you be prepared to sort of run it back and do something like that again over there?
Of course. And yeah, I'm hoping to have another shot at that, you know, and hopefully get on one of the actual main cards. So fingers crossed, we just hope that it can happen. Well, I know we're in talks, so if you see me there, don't be surprised.
I hear that. Look, you're a guy sort of very tall, like you can build your way into many different weight classes, right? But I know that you have always sort of had your eye on certain fighters, certain hit lists. So for you personally, what is I guess what's your 2025, or even maybe the end of your 2024 if there's another fight coming up? But what is your hit list, your game plan for sort of the next 12 months or so?
I think definitely to get top 10 in the world. I've got to climb up, take the fights that I need to take the risks. And that's me, you know me, I'm a big risk taker, so no risk, no reward. And I take big risks, so whoever's out there to fight, I'll be ready to fight. We already got a plan anyway with my team, so we're going to sit down, work on it, and we're going to get moving.
Okay. Now, I want to go back to last week a little bit. Normally, I don't really like to ask people about what's going on with others, but because I'm here, I'm with you, like we're just chopping it up. In terms of like that card, yeah, I want to ask you a question. First off, what was your favourite fight of the night? Not the best fight, but what was your favourite fight? And what was something that maybe stood out to you on that card?
I got to go for the main event. You know, it was two class opponents in Bivol and Beterbiev. I don't know, people say Beterbiev or Beterbiev, I don't know, but Beterbiev is cool.
He says it's officially pronounced Beterbiev.
Okay, so Beterbiev, yeah. I think that was proper class out fight between both. That was my favorite fight of the night. I would say the bizarre fight was obviously Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron. That was a bit bizarre, but we'll all see if they run it back in the future. But yeah, man, there was nothing more class than seeing the two top light heavyweights fighting each other. You saw just high IQ stuff, high level stuff, and it was amazing to watch.
I was literally just about to say, yes, it was a fight to me whereby it's one of the most intriguing and entertaining fights I've ever seen, where like there was not rock'em sock'em type action. It was very, very high level stuff. But when you look at it, what do you think ultimately, I guess, was the story of the fight? And do you think that maybe just judges nowadays are scoring too much on just come forward aggression as opposed to the all four scoring criteria?
I think they do. I think also the judges saw, even though the punches weren't landing, but they were getting thrown from Beterbiev. He was throwing a lot more shots, especially in them last 2 rounds for me. So I think why they swayed it towards him was because of that. Because I think Bivol took his foot off the gas a little bit, but I still believe he won the fight, you know?
I mean, yeah, me personally, I did score a draw. So, but I said, if it's a draw, if Beterbiev wins, if Bivol wins, I've got no complaints because it was one of those type of fights. But, all right, so moving away from that, we're all going to hope that the rematch happens and it happens next. But now, let's talk about your weirdest event of the night, Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron. Look, in your opinion, what do you think either went wrong for Ben or what went right for Liam? Like, how did you just see it, and what was your thoughts when you was watching?
I think for me, it's a thing where what went right for Liam, and he just thought, yeah, I'm just going to go in there and stick it on him. You know, I'm going to go in there, put it on him, show him I'm not coming to play. And you can tell Liam, he's one of them, he's experienced. He was around when my older brother Obed was fighting. I didn't see him in the amateurs when I was a kid. I used to go up to them ABA finals and semis. I'll see him fighting. So he's been around as well, you know. And I think it was just a thing where he just got it right on the night. He said, yeah, I'm going to push him and let's see if he can, if he can swim, if it's a sink or swim thing. So that's what I thought it was for me. I think Ben as well, he didn't look right. I don't know what it was. For me anyway, I know him personally, so I've seen him when he was a kid from GB days, when I was on GB, so I don't know, there was something up with him, and obviously then his ankle went, but I don't know, then he had an injury with his neck, so I don't know, it could be a mixture of anything, we don't know.
When you saw them both tumble out of the ring, when that sort of happened initially, like what was your first instinct or reaction? Because some people are saying Ben purposely grabbed him and backflipped out, and then other people are saying no, like Liam Cameron's intentionally pushed him over and say it should have really been a DQ. Like, how did you see it when you first saw it take place?
When I first saw it, I thought obviously looking at the fight, Liam Cameron's putting the pressure on him, so he might have gone a bit too forward and pushed him over, but not really a push, but also the ropes as well didn't look too strong. Yeah, they needed to tie the ropes a bit tighter. So for me, it was probably one of them ones where it was the rope. It was a bit of everything. So a bit of a push, a bit of the ropes not being too strong. So that's what it is for me.
A lot of people are saying that, you know, basically Ben decided he wanted a way out, found his way out and took it. In your opinion, is the only way that he's gonna basically allay those allegations is to have the immediate rematch? And do you think that he will, or Boxer will allow him to do that?
Yeah, I think he should take the rematch straight away. When fights are like that, fights are close, do the rematch straight away. There shouldn't be no wasting time of, we're gonna wait a couple months. Rematch, just rematch it. If Boxer don't wanna let him, he's a man, he should say, I wanna take it because I wanna prove myself, yeah? So if he's really about it, he's gonna prove himself. But you never know, with the Riyadh season, he could get an offer to fight someone else. And listen, them purses, man, they're different still. They're changing people's lives. I'm trying to get in, you know what I'm saying?
I can imagine. Last thing about that card, funny enough. Look, Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark. First fight, arguably British Fighter of the Year. I don't think anyone's really going to complain that one. This one, not so much. Very conclusive, 1 round. What was your opinions on that? And ultimately, in terms of Fraser, like I guess maybe his aspirations, what he wanted in the game, what would you think he should do next? You know, as another boxer who seeing a fellow fighter go through something like that.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, for Fraser, he should rest and recover, because that was a heavy knockout. I don't know, I think he had an injury to his jaw or something. Only God knows, but that's going to take a long time to heal. So we say our prayers for him. We hope he rests, recover, and he should just come back and start again, you know. Start again, building blocks. It's not the end of the world, but he can come back, you know. And for Fabio, I think you all see, if you saw his last post, the drills that he was doing in the gym, it all paid off in fight day, you know. And credit to his team, obviously Ben, Rob, I see them in the gym all the time, doing that every single day. So when you see a fighter doing that every single day, it's just naturally gonna happen. So when it happened, we wasn't surprised, you know what I mean? You guys might have been surprised, but he even done that in the first fight. And we always said, if certain fighters don't change it, then it's gonna happen again. So they just done the same thing. And look what happened. It ended earlier than we all thought. Earlier than even I thought, you know? So let's see.
Yeah, look, I don't think, regardless of how anyone predicted the fight would go, whether it was knockout or points, I don't think anyone expected it to end in the first round. So yeah, hopefully everything happens and everything's well with Fraser moving forward. But lastly for you, do you know is there any rumblings about a potential fight date before the end of the year for yourself, or are you just looking towards 2025 now?
No, there's definitely a potential fight. Well, there's something secured, but it will be announced soon. And then hopefully we can go early February, March. You know me, I'm always in the gym, so let's see how it goes.
Okay, well, Chris, look, any last words from you before I let you go? Appreciate it. I've taken more of your time than I thought I was going to, but this has been a nice conversation.
Yeah, of course. Lovely conversation. And just big up my supporters, big up all my guys, Spencer Brown, Disturbing Sports, big up Boxer, and big up everyone else, you know what I mean? So we're all good.
All right, Chris, look, man, thanks for your time. Look to chat to you in the future, and I'm hoping you secure the big moves moving forward, and the one after that, and the one after that. Keep building again, yeah?
No doubt, that will happen. God's timing. Let's go.
Bless.
Yeah, so look, Chris is a good guy, and he actually let me know when he's next going to be boxing. The news hasn't come out yet, so I obviously can't say, but it was sooner than I was expecting. And I guess funny enough, within the interview, there's enough, there's enough clues to be able to kind of piece together sort of when and where things may be taking place and how things may be shaping up. But it's looking to be a good 2025 moving forward. But yeah, no, thanks to Chris, and thank you to everyone for watching. So please just, as I said before, like, subscribe and share, but leave your comments down below and let me know what you thought. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.